Hello dear students, welcome to PNMRC High School e-learning. Today we are going to begin with our second chapter in economics. Name of chapter is Indicators of Growth and Development. Now, before we begin, let's have a brief introduction. The terms economic growth and economic development have become popular after the Second World War of 1939 to 1944. The center of all economic thinking has been attainment of economic development. It is not that only developing countries think about economic development. Also, for developed countries, economic development is important. However, the reasons may be different. Developing countries aim at improving the standard of living of the people by reducing poverty and unemployment, while developed countries aim at maintaining their prevailing higher standards of living. Thus, we may say maintaining economic growth is the aim of developed countries, while attaining speedy economic development is the prime requirement of developing countries. Generally, economic development and economic growth are considered to be same. However, economists have always considered growth and development as different. According to Professor Mrs. Ursula Hicks, the solution for the economic problems of developing countries is economic development, and for the developed countries, it is economic growth. In this way, we may conclude that the term economic development is related to economic problems of developing countries, while the term economic growth is related to economic problems of developed nations. Economic growth. Economic growth relates to long run increase in the total output of an economy. That means when the total production of goods and services starts increasing in an economy for a long period of time, we may say that it is economic growth. Usually, in economic growth, supply of factors of production, their ability, their availability, and their efficiency starts increasing. Due to an increase in productivity, there is an increase in real national income, and with an increase in real national income, there is also an increase in the real per capita income. Thus, we may say economic growth is a quantitative change. It can be easily measured. Now, let's have a look at definition of economic growth. Economic growth refers to growth rate of national income or rise in total quantum of goods and services by Professor Hansen. That means economic growth is related to an increase in national income, and when there is an increase in total quantity of goods and services, definitely there will be an increase in national income. Second definition states that a long-term increase in capacity of a country to supply diverse economic goods to its people is known as economic growth by Simon Kuznets. Here, it states that when a country is capable enough to supply or to fulfill the various requirements of its citizens, that means the requirement of various kinds of goods and services of its citizen, then we may say that economic growth has taken place. Talking about limitations of economic growth, so first one, it takes into consideration only quantitative changes. Economic growth is a quantitative change, and therefore it just talks about the growth of production of goods and services in economy. It does not talk about qualitative changes that might have happened. Second limitation is that in economic growth there is a rise in national income and per capita income. However, institutional and psychological factors remain unchanged. That means, because of an increase in production of goods and services, there is an increase in national income along with an increase in per capita income. However, the psychology of people does not change and no changes is seen in society. Third one, the concept of growth is narrow because it talks only about the rate and extent of increase in output. Fourth one, the concept of economic growth is not of much useful in understanding the welfare of the people.